Hey, welcome everyone, it's KB here. So in this video, I'm gonna do a test battle in between Google Chrome and the new Edge browser. So if you don't know nothing about the Edge browser, then let me give you a small summary for this. So the new Edge browser is based on Chromium, and the Chromium is a open source platform, and anyone can build their own browser using that open source platform, Chromium. So the Microsoft is doing the same thing. They are building a new Edge browser using the Chromium source, and maybe you don't know about this. That would be shocking, but the Google Chrome is also based on Chromium, and actually the Chromium is also made by Google, so if that makes sense. But that's all about the new Edge browser. New Edge browser is basically a Google Chrome, but made and maintained by Microsoft. So before we do the test, if you're curious to know how to download the new Edge browser, then you have to visit this site. Don't worry, I will put link in the description. You can go there and download it. So once you're here, you will have this download button. You can just click on it and download and install the new Edge browser. And if you click on more platforms and channels, here you will have more options to download the new Edge browser: beta, dev, and canary channel. So beta is not out yet, and the final release will take forever, maybe few more months. So currently we have the dev channel and the canary. Dev channel is more stable than the canary, so I suggest you guys to download the dev channel for now. Enough talk, now let's do the performance test battle, because I'm curious to know, is it really worth using the new Edge browser over the Google Chrome? Is it worth switching to the new Edge browser from the Chrome? I'm curious, because maybe you don't know about this, but recently, a few months ago, Google added some new security stuff to the Google Chrome, and because of that, Google Chrome now uses lots of RAM and CPU, and that makes a browser to freeze. Sometime if you have a really low spec computer, it's gonna freeze every time. Even if you have a good PC, sometimes it freezes. It happens to me all the time. Once a day, Google Chrome always freezes when I open lots of tabs, so that's kinda issues. Actually, the Google Chrome and the new Edge are kinda same. All I want to know is that which one uses the less resources. So let's do this without talking too much, because when I talk too much. Okay, I'm gonna open the task manager to monitor the browsers. Okay, and I'm gonna put a Edge browser up top like that, and the Google Chrome at the bottom like that. Okay, so and I want to check the background processes, because maybe you don't know, but Google uses some background processes, so I'm just gonna end them to make this a fair battle, because I want to use only a app section. Here we will see everything used by Google, every resource used by Google Chrome. Okay, and same for the Edge. Now I didn't find any background processes in the Edge, so I think we are good to go. Edge is not hiding anything in background. Okay, that's cool enough. So yeah, let's do the test. In stable and still state, you can see Google Chrome is using 180 to 200 RAM, and the Microsoft is actually using more than that, and also using little bit of CPU, around 5%, 0.5% actually. So as you can see here, Microsoft is using a 5 processes, and the Google Chrome is using 4. So maybe that's not fair, but still, we have lots of tests to do, so we will find out about that, which one is better. For now, in stable state, we can see they are kind of similar, and yeah, but the CPU rate is higher in Edge, so that's not a good sign for Edge. So now let's open a video in Edge like that. Okay, I'm gonna make it 1080p. Okay, it's already 1080p, and I'm gonna open the video in Chrome too. Okay, make sure it's 1080p, and I'm gonna play both of them at the same time like that, and see which one is using more CPU, RAM, and GPU. Okay, It's kind of hard actually. I never thought they're gonna be similar, even though Microsoft Edge browser is new and it's not even a stable, so maybe they have time to make this browser slim. They can make this new Edge browser slim version of Google Chrome, because nobody likes when browser uses a lots of RAM and CPU. But here we can see it's happening opposite. We can see here Edge is using more CPU than the Chrome, and RAM about the same. It's not a big deal, about the same, but we'll see about that. So yeah, we can see, okay, when I hover to the Edge browser, it's using 33% of CPU. And let's see about the Chrome. Yo, what's your maximum peak? 20, 30? 30, yeah, 30% of CPU when I hover my mouse on it. So I can clearly see that Google Chrome is still further. Let's see if something is running in background. No. Google Chrome is doing its best to defeat the Edge, I guess. I never thought that Google Chrome will win in this small test. Yeah, Microsoft Edge is using more CPU than the Google Chrome, and they're kind of same. I thought one of them is gonna win, but it's kind of same. Let's open few tabs. I'm surprised to see that Google Chrome is doing better than the Edge. As you can see here, in still state, lots of tabs open. Google Chrome is using less CPU than the Edge. Amazing. I never thought that, because Microsoft owns the operating system, Windows 10, and Google Chrome doesn't, and Microsoft knows best for the operating system, so they can make this browser use less RAM, less CPU, everything, and compete with the Google Chrome. But not right now. Maybe it's not stable, that's why they have to do lots of work to make this happen. If they really want to compete with Google Chrome, then they have to do something, and I can see the only one way to defeat the Google Chrome. If they can make the browser to use the less resource, then maybe people will start to use the Edge again, because it's a new Edge browser based on Chromium, and it's basically a Chromium. The only thing will be different here, the interface, settings, and all that kind of stuff. Since this is based on Chromium, you can use all Google Chrome's extensions. Pretty amazing, right? So we have talked too much, so we can see here the Edge is still using lots of CPU compared to the Google Chrome. I'm also surprised that Edge is still using more RAM than Chrome. This is not gonna happen. I thought finally I will be able to switch to the different browser, new browser, because Microsoft knows the best for the operating system, and they're gonna make it slim version of Google Chrome, and it will use less RAM and everything. Even the low-end PCs can use the Edge browser, but that's not gonna happen, not at this time, because who knows, we'll see in future. Because you saw by yourself that the Google Chrome is still a king of browsers, at least compared to new Edge browser. Because okay, let's do last test. I'm gonna open my site. I'm gonna do a search, kilobit. I'm gonna do a search kilobit here too. I'm gonna go there, and as you can see, whenever I open I have to reload this. I'm gonna reload in Chrome, and let's see how much CPU it uses. Around 50% when I load a site. It's my site. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna reload in the Edge browser. Let's see. 29, 35. Actually, you can see whenever I reload a site in Edge, its maximum peak at 33, okay, the CPU rate. And let's see in Chrome. 22, 37, 38. So clearly we can see somehow Edge is taking a win here by using less CPU when we load the site, and that's kind of surprising, maybe because when we click on sites faster, then it should use the less CPU. I don't know what am I saying, but whenever I have lots of tabs open in Google Chrome and whenever I try to close them quickly faster, then it just freezes. So that's the main problem. I'm doing this test because I want to know which one uses the less RAM, CPU, GPU, all that kind of stuff. But in stable state, I can see that the Google Chrome is winner here. But if you want to load a site, it's gonna use less CPU in the Edge, but in stable state, Chrome. So I don't know which one to choose here because they're kind of performing same. And yeah, let's do the scroll. This is a final test. Don't get bored, guys. This is just a test. Okay, in Edge, I'm gonna do a scroll like that. What's your maximum peak? 28 we saw when I'm scrolling the site. 26, 28, 25. Okay, that's your maximum peak. Now let's see in Google Chrome. What's your maximum peak? 27. It's kind of same. It's kind of same. Yeah, it's kind of same. Maybe little less than the Edge, but when we load the site, it's higher. Google Chrome uses higher CPU. You can see here 37. Edge won't go above 33. 30, 33. It even goes, Google Chrome even goes like 50. We saw that earlier, 48%, which is really high CPU usage when you have a low spec computer. It can freeze your computer just like that. So that's it. I'm not gonna talk too much because the Edge is still in development, so we can't say, like, we don't have any confirmation that if the Edge will win over the Google Chrome in performance using less CPU and RAM, and we don't know about that. But yeah, this test is failure, by the way, because I thought one of them is gonna win, but both browsers are kind of same. Hopefully Microsoft does something good and make the Edge browser to use less resource. That's all we can do. We can hope for it, and maybe that might happen because Edge browser is still in development, and maybe they will do something great to defeat the Google Chrome. I don't want to switch to the new browser, but if it's based on Chromium and made by Microsoft, maybe I will switch over to the Edge only because it uses less CPU and RAM. That's not happened yet, but maybe in future that might happen. Who knows? That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will put a link in the description for the Edge browser download link. You can go there and download the Edge browser. If you like it, start using it. If you don't like it, wait for the final release and we will see about that. Maybe I will do another test when Microsoft releases the final version of the Edge browser. That's it. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye-bye.